I'm right in here trying to get this meal together. How's everybody's day going? Hope everyone is having a blessed and full day. Getting ready to share one of my one-pot dishes. You know, the first thing I do when I get in the kitchen is I go ahead on and I start my dishwater. I will be making chicken in 2 ways. I will be doing some jerk chicken wings. I already have all my spices in my bag, and I'm going to go ahead and add my wings, and I'm going to go ahead also and work on my one-pot dish. So, as I said, I have my spices already in the bag. Chicken is already washed and cleaned. I'm going to open that bag so that I can get those wings in there. Lemon pulp. Yes, I do wash my chicken with lemon. And as you can see, those wings are nice and clean and white. I do want to keep them wet so that they can attach to the batter really well. Not too wet, but just enough. Put that there. Pour this directly into the drain. Didn't want to go. I have my bucket here with my bleach and my water. I'm going to go ahead on and wash my sink out. While that towel is rinsing out, I'm going to go and wash my hands thoroughly. I'll be back. Wanted to go and also wash my hands very thoroughly. I'm gonna throw this towel out, replacing it with a clean one. Anytime you're dealing with meat, okay, so I have already placed my wings in their seasoning bag. And all there is for me to do now, at this point in time, I will go ahead on and seal it, bringing the flavors throughout the meat. One thing about a Virgo and about me, we're very thorough, especially when it comes to sanitation. Okay, so as you can see, I have my wings now in the bag. All the spices are at the bottom, which are jerk seasoned spices. So I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna mix it really well. I'm gonna let the air out, letting all the air out of the bag as much as possible, giving it its final shake. Look at all those beautiful herbs and seasonings from that jerk. Double checking to make sure my bag is closed very well. Seasoning process is going wonderful. Looks like everything has found the spot for it to be. Doesn't that look amazing? While that's sitting, I'm going to go ahead on and work on my second batch, which will be the one pot dish. Chicken has already been washed and seasoned, washed and cleaned. I didn't want to say. Oven is preheating. And I'm going to go ahead on and get my baked chicken on. Baking some thighs, some chicken thighs. Washed very clean. That's called prepping. I'm a prep type of girl. I'm up at night anyway, so why not prep? It makes everything flow so much more smoother. So I have 6 thighs. Family size is 3. So that's 2 apiece. And then don't remember, we have that jerk chicken on the side that can go and serve as a rice. Yes, my laundry consists of a lot of towels weekly. I am a towel type of person, and I change towels on everything once it's used. Okay, so I am going to season this chicken here as if I was going to fry it. Just a regular season on this chicken. And I will be using some chicken seasoning. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that water there. That will serve as my juice. Onion powder. Garlic powder. Well, that was my garlic. Going in with my onion powder. Just a little bit of my Lawry's, because the garlic, the onion, and the chicken seasoning does not have any sodium. Going in now with my pepper. And I am going to go ahead on and let the seasoning from the bottom serve as the flavor that's going to cook throughout the meat. Making sure that each piece is spread apart. And this one over here is looking a little dry to me. She was covered up under her sister and she didn't get any. So we are going to just season her up a little touch. I might be the one to get that piece. You don't have no flavor on the tip of it, and I love my skin. I don't know about y'all, but I absolutely do. Then I'm going to top it off with some paprika. As I said, paprika is a great spice to use to get a good brown color as if you fried it. So, now that I have that ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and put her in the oven. The reason why I'm calling this a one-pot dish, because I have my potatoes already prepped, soaked overnight. When you soak your potatoes overnight, what it does is it pulls out all that phosphorus and potassium from the potatoes. So if you're suffering with dialysis, diabetic, or just want to be healthy and not be limited to the side dish that you choose to eat. So I have over here my potatoes. I'm going to bring my phone over here to you. I have here my potatoes. So I'm going to bake this chicken for about 35 to 45 minutes. I will then, once it's halfway done, add the potatoes and let them cook the rest of the way. That's your one pot dish. Just bear with me. I am now going to go ahead on and get my vegetables started. Adding this to the oven. Of course, I forgot my parsley, but it didn't have any green on it. So that's always my tip. Parsley is a wonderful herb. And if you don't have any parsley on it, you're not doing it right. Okay, so this chicken is going in this preheated oven in a roaster with the top 350 in temperature. When it's halfway done, I will then be adding the potatoes. And being that, you know what, I'm gonna have to go ahead on and adjust this oven rack so that I can put both pans in at the same time. So let me go ahead on and do that. That's what I should have done at first. But I decided at the last minute that I wanted to do some jerk wings. So let me just adjust this rack. And that way I'm able to put both pans in. Uh-oh. Okay, I have to put her in this way. I have to put her in this way. Easy, baby, easy. Okay, now, let me go ahead on and put my wings on as well. I have my wings ready. Remember those wings that we had in this pot, in this bag? Going to go ahead on now and place those on. I forgot to oil my sheet. Let me go ahead on and oil my sheet. I'm going to oil mine, drizzle some OVV oil. Making sure that each piece is seasoned well. There's a lot of spice there, and I don't want her to have it. But the most part, she got everything. Trying to look at these wings and wonder, do I want to put some paprika on them? I'm going to stick to the script. I'm not going to add anything on it other than some OVV oil. And I am going to go ahead and place these in the oven right along with the baked chicken. Uncovered for about 45 minutes. Halfway through, I'll flip them. Who else in everybody's house, everything has a place? And you put everything back in its place? Because I'm one for I don't like clutter at all. I don't like things to be unorganized at all. I added some loose, not smelling this. I'm gonna hit it with some more. Being that I have to rinse my dish rack out. I did get some spices on there. I'll get to that when I get to it. But it do bother me looking at it. Have to brush. My meat is in the oven, and there is no time clock on me. And it smells amazing already. And I barely put it in the oven. Grabbing me a cup. Also need to replace my paper towels. They are really stuck. Okay. It's up, then it's stuck. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing now is go ahead on and working on my vegetables. And I will be making some cabbage. Some 3-minute fried cabbage. That's that thing that I was taught, and it stuck with me, and I'm so happy that I passed it on to my baby. That's that clean as you go. It makes things so much easier. Okay. She's washed. Okay. So let me go ahead now and get ready to cut my vegetables. The vegetables I will be using will be bell pepper, green bell pepper, red sweet bell pepper, and a spicy orange taste of an orange bell pepper. Let me go ahead on and rinse them. We'll be using about 3 stalks of green onion. Two serranos. And a head of cabbage. I'm going to go ahead on and cut my cabbage up first. Get her in the pan. I'm going to move y'all back a little bit. Is that okay? Straighten y'all up. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead on and get my cabbage. I always like salt. For some reason, these kids put a lot of soap in their dishes. And the thing that I've learned, when you rinse with cold water, it helps to release that soap. Cold water helps to release that soap. And there was a lot of soap left in that pot. while that's rinsing, let me go ahead on and cut up my cabbage. Okay. Clear. Bringing my core out. Getting ready to go ahead on and slice. There's no particular way to slice a cabbage. It's just however you like it. And I like mine this way. And I like to open it up, make sure I don't have any core left in there. And it helps season better. So while I have that much, I'm gonna go ahead on and season. I will be using about 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon. That's my chicken stock. I will be using onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper. Getting ready to add the other half. I have my cabbage all sliced up and ready to go. Not gonna worry about that. You see the reason why I say to season the bottom layer? Because once you put the topping on, it's harder for all of it to really absorb that flavor. Just repeating the seasonings: garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper. I like a lot of pepper in my, just a little bit of my Lawry's. Okay, I'm gonna sit this on the stove. I will be adding 2 tablespoons of olive oil on the top of my cabbage. Just gonna drizzle at the top. The thing I also do is my saved bacon grease. I take me a tablespoon of my saved bacon grease and I drizzle that on. That's my flavor, that's my meat. to get some fire on. Where's the fire at? Back burner. Alright. Okay. Now that I have that fire on, let me go ahead on and add, I don't believe I want any water. If I change my mind, and I do, I will add it at that time. So she's cooking, and I'm getting ready to get back over here to these vegetables. What I will be adding will be green onion, serrano, thinly sliced, not gonna put too much because I was heavy on the pepper. Add the serrano throughout the pot. Just a half. I'm gonna go ahead and get the green onion in. Coarsely chopped. Followed by my bell pepper. Coarsely chopped. 2 stalks of green onion. That's going in, on top, and throughout. Turn that fire down to a 3 while I'm working on that. Okay, let me go ahead and do light cleanup. Keep your eye on that pot. The cabbage is on. I'm gonna change the angle so that you can see it. But I need to get these peppers on, sliced up real fast to get them ready for that pot because she is sizzling. Y'all hear her talking to me? Getting this bell pepper chopped up and ready. This handle never wants to stay on my knife. Every time I'm using my knife, she comes right on off. And I'll be expecting it. Coming right behind that with some thickly cut bell pepper. Oh yeah, she's That's what I want. That's what I want, baby. All right. Coming right behind her with some red bell pepper. See the flavors, see the colors. Just firmly cut. Back to the pot. Since she is sizzling as much as she is, I am going to go ahead on. Can y'all see this beautiful arrangement? And I am going to go ahead on and cover her now because the object that I want is steamed. So I want steam, so I'm going to go ahead on and cover her and let her do her thing. I'm going to change positions of the camera so that you can have a look and see what the cabbage looks like. Okay, let me put her light back on. Okay, can y'all see the arrangements of vegetables for this cabbage? I had to pop the top off and she was screaming. You hear that? That's what you want. Cabbage is going to make its own water, so don't let all that screaming fool you. But I'm going to place the lid back on. You don't hear it. She'll fool you. So while that cabbage is cooking, I'm going to go ahead on and clean up my cutting board area. Then I'll be having a look at my jerk chicken to see if it's time to flip her over to the other side. I know my baked chicken is doing its thing. I don't really need to babysit it. I say learn your oven. When you learn your oven, you know how fast or how slow it cooks. My oven happens to be one of those that cooks very quickly. She didn't come to play. Wash my cutting board off. So let's go ahead on and just let her sit there and dry. And we're going to keep an eye on this cabbage. Excuse me, feel like grabbing towel. And let me adjust my air. It's not airing right now. the aroma and the smells right now all blending in together are really nice to smell. I'm gonna cook that cabbage for about 8 to 10 minutes, just ensuring that it does not stick. Trapping and sealing in the steam. Handles always to the back. Keep leaving my towel. Let me just grab another one, and I'll get that one when I go back there. Because my nose is telling me that I may need to add a little something. Oh no, she doesn't need anything. See, she'll fool you. She'll fool you. Doing just what she needs to do. I'm just flipping to ensure no sticking is transpiring. And I want to quickly put my lid back on so I don't let all my steam out. Steam is the goal on cabbage. It's the steam. And I'm gonna go ahead and bring my fire back to a 4. I have my potatoes here already clean, peeled, soaked. And once the chicken is almost done, we're gonna add that chicken. I'm gonna add those potatoes to that chicken. So let's just take a look. Who wants to take a look and see how this chicken is coming? That jerk chicken. See it? She's coming. She's a-coming. Give y'all a close look in at that jerk chicken. She's coming. I say about 15 more minutes on that side, and then I'm gonna flip it because I know that other side is amazing. I also wanna go ahead on and check on my baked chicken while I'm here. So let me go ahead and have a look at that. I may be able to go ahead and add my potatoes. Can y'all see in there with me? Just a little. Bring it down a little. Oh yeah, she's cooking. And I am able to go ahead on and add my potatoes. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead on and take the top off and get ready to season and add my potatoes. To my potatoes, I will be adding, as if I was going to make smothered potatoes. Seasoning them as if I was making smothered potatoes. Seasoning salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and of course your pepper. I will also be adding my bell pepper at this time. Okay, let me go ahead on and bring this chicken out so I can add the potatoes. Can y'all see that chicken? It is baked halfway through. I am now going to go ahead on and add. Let me clear my alarm. And I also had to adjust my air bed because my air was not airing. Okay, going on in with these potatoes. So you want to add as many potatoes as you like. If you like potatoes, then that's how many potatoes you're going to add. There's no amount of potatoes that you can add. So I'm going to add as many potatoes as I have chicken. And I'm just going to mix it evenly around in the pan. These extra potatoes will not go to waste. They can be for smothered potatoes for breakfast. So that's about all of the potatoes. Well, I can add some extra potatoes for the fact that I have the jerk chicken in the oven, and we can have the potatoes with that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and add all those potatoes. And she's going back in the oven. I'm gonna hit her with some fresh parsley on the potatoes. I'm going to put some butter on top of those potatoes. Maybe about 2 tablespoons of butter right on top of those potatoes. And as it bakes, that butter will serve as a browner for those potatoes, and it will also give you an amazing flavor. Top's going back on. They are going back in the oven to complete the rest of the meal. When I bring this out, that dish will be ready. I want to even that pan for the steam. Back in the oven, she's back. Now let's check on these jerk wings. Can y'all see in there? Something tells me that I want to turn them over just to make sure they're not sticking. That's so good. And they're not sticky. It's time to turn them over. It's not. I want them to go ahead on and do their thing. So I'm going to leave them alone. let them complete their cooking. This cabbage, at this time, I'm gonna give it its final stir. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn this cabbage off. I'm gonna bring y'all back some. It's still in here with me. Just a couple of more minutes on this cabbage, and I'm gonna turn her off and let the steam do the rest. That's why I slice it the way I do, so it's not so thick and every piece is flavored. About 5 more minutes on that, and I'm gonna turn that off. Done with all my herbs, so I'm gonna go ahead on and put my spices away and get this kitchen cleaned up. That's it on the cabbage. I'm turning the fire off on that cabbage, or on a very low simmer. She's on a very low simmer. Cutting board is dry. I can go ahead on and put her back where she belongs. And I can also go ahead on and put my spices away. I don't like clutter at all. Put my cutting board back where she sits. Cabbage is done. I'm turning the fire off. I want some crunch left in my cabbage. I like the crunch still left in my vegetables. You can really just saute limes. Alright. Seasoning goes back up when they make some fresh water. This is done. By the time I'm done doing my cleanup, my dinner will be done. I'll be back with you once I bring the chicken out of the oven to let you see exactly how it turned out. I went through all of the steps on how to make a one-pot chicken potato dish, and you can do your vegetable on the side. That cabbage is done. I'm going to get off. Doing my cleanup. Okay, I'm going to give you a preview of the cabbage, which is done. And voila. Cabbage is done. Can y'all see that? Not really. I'm bad at the camera, y'all. Forgive me. But the cabbage is done. And the rest will steam. Now I'm doing my cleanup. Thank you for joining with your girl Cooking with Steph. After I complete my cleanup and my dishes and my sides and my meals are done, I'll come back and join you. Thanks for joining Cooking with your Steph. I'll be back when the dishes are done.